Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the rumours that have been circulating around the Stormcast Eternals and some of the things that have been shown this weekend that kind of reinforce that rumour. So grab a brew, get comfortable, and let's jump in down this interesting rabbit hole. Hello. So yes, there are a lot of rumours kicking about right now about a potential update, refresh for the Stormcast Eternals, which will probably be kicking in around about 4th edition, well, will be kicking in with the 4th edition's launch box of Age of Sigmar next summer. Now obviously this is coinciding with the refresh of the Skaven, and we'll touch a little bit on that as well, and why that's probably going to happen, and what that means, and basically kind of sort of an educated guess on how that's going to work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video, and I'm going to have it up in the background now, and it's going to show you a couple of cool things, and essentially it's a video of a new computer game that is coming out for the I'm not too sure what it's called actually, but we're going to play the video anyway, and we'll see it. So what that was is a trailer for the new computer game, the new Age of Sigmar RTS Realms of Ruin, and they basically, Games Workshop also dropped this little article where they were talking about this video that they put up on Warhammer TV YouTube channel, and it talked about for the uninitiated, the Thunderstrike armor was crafted. And it looks, compared to the first generation of Sigmarite plate, even more bulkier than the shoulders of the Annihilators. So basically, what they're saying here is these Liberators come from a new takes on the Hammer and Shield 2, combining elements of the handiwork of the Smith's God's Own Visage with the original Sigmarite style. We're also able to swap between the new and classic look for your Liberators in both the Conquest and multiplayer. Now, what they're basically saying is that in this game, they've got new look Liberators in Thunderstrike's armor. And now, a lot of the rumors circulating around the new sort of refresh is that a lot of the older miniatures for the Stormcast Eternals, like the Liberators, the Paladins, and things like that, and some of the character models are going to be slowly transitioning into the new look Thunderstrike armor, which kind of makes sense because, like, the old Liberators are not the best looking models, and the new Vindicators and the new Thunderstrike range is very, very good. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to that as well, and if we look at the model from the new Lord Relictor that was previewed yesterday, and we'll hop over to that article and have a look. We can see the new aesthetics of that new style that's coming in. Obviously, the dragon is very much basically the dragon from the Dragon Riders that they're already out, and they're very much in line with the two big dragons that you can get as characters, the two brothers, the blue one and the orange one. So they've got that aesthetic style now laid down for the Stormcast Eternals, and there's a lot more evidence in that video for the game. It not only just shows you the Liberators, but at the very, very end it shows you this guy, and this guy is a Lord Celestant in Thunderstrike armor. And we can also look at Neve Blacktalon from the Warhammer TV show, and her miniature, she is now in Thunderstrike armor, where originally she was in the old bespoke Hunter armor that the Vanguard miniatures have. So the rumor and the sort of evidence is leaning that the next box set for Age of Sigmar 4th edition will more than likely have the new range of Thunderstrike models, probably the new Liberators with hammers and the new shields, potentially the new Paladins. So we're looking at like replacements of the Retributioners, the guys with the big axes, and the Protectors, the ones with the pole arms. And like, what does that also mean for other units, likes of the Fulminators and the Tempestus, and the guys that are riding the big Dracoth mounts? Does this also mean that likes of your Prosecutors are also probably going to change, potentially? Now, one of the things that I would really love, and there's been no rumour of this happening, is a new Celestial Prime. I think with the way that they're sculpting miniatures right now for Age of Sigmar, that a Celestial Prime done in Thunderstrike armor, and the way that they can seem to get such dynamic miniatures now, and whoever's sculpting for the Age of Sigmar team and the miniatures range, kick it in like literally out the park when it comes to Age of Sigmar compared to 40k. Like this guy alone is absolutely stunning. So there's potential for this to be really, really, really cool. Now, I did earlier in the video talk about the range refresh for the Skaven, because the rumour is that the launch box for Age of Sigmar 4th edition is going to be the Stormcast Eternals against Skaven. Now, why would Skaven get a new range refresh? Well, we have something called the Old World. And a lot of things that are in the Old World are going back to the Old World, and a lot of things that are in Age of Sigmar are getting a range refresh. So one of the good examples of that is the new Ardboys. Now, the Ardboys kit originally was a Black Orc. The Black Orcs from Warhammer Fantasy Battle. They were the Ardboys. Now they've been given an Age of Sigmar Ardboy. Now, those Ardboy kits, the old Black Orcs, are not being discontinued. They'll be available in the Old World as Black Orcs alongside Grimgor Ironhide, as well as all the others. Now, the Common Goblins are going to be back in the Old World. So how does this affect Skaven? Well, the vast majority of the Skaven range is not really being touched. We've had the odd couple of heroes here and there that have kind of come out, but nothing really substantial that has kind of brought them into the aesthetics of Age of Sigmar. And they're kind of one of the only real factions that are entirely of Warhammer, the Old World miniatures, as well as Beastmen. So what the rumour is that there's going to be an entire new range of Skaven. So I imagine that this will be new Age of Sigmar-fied Clan Rats, Storm Vermin, or units to that kin. They may not necessarily be Storm Vermin or Clan Rats. I don't think we're going to see any Skaven slaves because, you know, it's 2023 and we can't really use that terminology. Even in Total War, they call the Orcs and the Goblins for the Chaos Dwarves labourers rather than slaves, which we all know that that's exactly what they are. So I think Games Workshop will definitely sort of bring them in line with Age of Sigmar. And that also means that potentially Beastmen could probably get a range refresh as well, because Beastmen have been shown to be in the Old World. And the Beastmen miniatures were designed for the rank and file game, where Age of Sigmar is very much a skirmish game. And looking at likes of the Chaos Warriors as a good example as well. We have the old rank and file Chaos Warriors that are still sold and will probably still be available in the Old World. And now we have the new, more dynamic posed Chaos Warriors for Age of Sigmar, and that works. So there's a lot of sort of evidence to sort of back these rumours up that Games Workshop are definitely looking at having a range of miniatures for Age of Sigmar and the old miniatures for the Old World, and maybe updating them a little bit like they have done with the Bretonnians and the new Realm, the new Realm Knights on foot. So yeah, for the Stormcast Eternals, it's an interesting time. Now, this is the 4th edition of the game. So the game's been out for a while now, and some of those miniatures are looking a little bit dated. And it's not like we haven't had refreshes and refreshes of different tactical squads over the years when they didn't really change that much. It was just a slight aesthetic change. So I can see them doing it, but they're different sort of take on the Stormcast now with the Thunderstrike armor. The way the dragons are now looking is interesting, and I can see this being a quite a substantial range refresh, which would be kind of cool. So yeah, that is it. So yeah, so cool. So it's going to be exciting times for 4th edition, and I'm sure as we get closer to the launch that we'll see a lot more. So definitely keep an eye out for previews, and the little teaser models as well. The little rumor mill pictures that they put out. I guarantee there's a couple of those pictures in there that relate to that 4th edition Age of Sigmar box. So there's some really interesting things there, and like the computer game is a really good source of sort of like definitely reinforcing this. Like I'd heard the rumors and then was like, nah, they're not gonna go back to Liberators and just make new Liberators and Thunderstrike armor. They'll come up with a new unit like they've kind of done before, and they've kind of done with Primera Space Marines. And then this come out, and then the article also said these are Liberators, and they're like, well, they're Liberators and Thunderstrike armor. Cool. That's kind of adding more weight to the rumors. So it's going to be an exciting time. 4th edition will definitely be out in the summer in next year, unless there's another crazy episode in the world, but I can't imagine that would stop Games Workshop from getting out, and it should be an interesting time. So I will definitely be reporting more on it as I learn more. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think there's going to be new Stormcast Eternals? Do you think there's going to be new Skaven? What range refresh for Age of Sigmar would you like to see the most? Drop a comment below and let me know what you think, and also hit the subscribe button while you're there and ring that bell if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you in the next video, people. Goodbye for now.